So it's not like, you know, we just gonna lose weight. Mine is building. I focus on building strength, and I'm gonna build you mentally first. Because once you build mentally, then everything else just falls into line.
So easy.
Yeah,
It just falls into
I'm
line.
happy you're using that word mentally, because that's the one thing too. It's like we have to understand, and mostly I'm sure in your work, like a lot of us have trauma from the past,
Yes.
from when we were young. So those traumas stay there, and they kind of make you weaker in some way. At first, they're gonna make you feel like a little child, but we have to learn to understand those trauma, to accept those trauma, to be able to be like, now I'm an adult and now I'm stronger.
Yes.
Now, and that's where you're going to be, you need to defend, you need to, affirm yourself, defend yourself, and make yourself that strong person you are to prove to the other as well, but to prove first to yourself that you are worth it. And
Yes.
it's, I think that's the, and mentally for so many reasons, and I did talk to Curtis about that, like, I have some people sometimes, I can see they need to talk.
Yeah.
It needs to come out. And I know that person I'm going to be, if I do a regular class, that's not going to work. That's not going to do nothing, there's too much in there. And so I let them talk, or sometimes I even, you know, if I'm confident enough with that person, I will say, you know, are you going to do you see a therapist, or do you see, because you need to have that.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
because
Point them to a specialist.
those
yes.
things, those stress that you're going to get in your body can be just because that thing is there, and that trauma is there, and that's your body is somatized. Somebody is reacting to something that doesn't want to come out. So I think it's also really important. That's why I think exercise is great too. Is to try to learn to know yourself and to say, okay, maybe I have that pain. It's something that's coming back. It's regular. There must be something that just doesn't want to click out. That's something that needs to be a little bit fixed or healed. And so it's for me, it's really important that people understand the mental illness.
Yes, because if you're mentally sick, you're physically sick.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the mentally sick, I mean, you know, it shouldn't be feeling like a bad word. I think we all have a little.
We all
touch a little bit.
Absolutely,
So don't feel
because,
bad about
and that's
it.
the reason why I always point out things like going to spas, like getting detox.
Yeah.
Because you'll be surprised. Like, I go every week. I'm faithful to it. What you can find out about yourself. About yourself. It's more than just putting your foot in water and having all the toxins come out your body. There's like a lot of things, like in therapy and massaging, that can heal you, that can work and trigger something mentally.
Yeah.
It's all spiritual. You know what I mean? And if you're not in tune spiritually, you're missing out on life. You really are.
Yep.
You really are. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people like, I've been eating right and I've been working, I still can't lose the weight. Check your mental, check your spiritual background, honey, because there's something that you need to be detoxified from. Yeah. And people don't understand that. It may be the company you keep in, it may be the environment you live, you know, where you live, something you need to like come away from.
I think it speaks to a note of exposure. You know, like we've been in different crowds and different places, but no one actually talks about that deep cleaning. You know, like
you weren't taught that growing up.
We never
either.
taught
No,
that.
it doesn't really still, not even, I'm sure even now the generation is not, you know, it's some family in the community,
They
this
run
is
away from
almost
it.
taboo. It's like, it's
Yeah, what is that?
It's
They
magic.
run away.
That's
They
like
get
magic.
scared.
We definitely don't talk about it. We definitely don't. And this is one of the reasons why, like, I decided to launch the GRINDapp in Newburgh. You know, a place that I came from. I go up the street, I go down the street, I go around the corner, I go all over this place, and there isn't any places where any of these things are being exposed. There isn't any of these places that are, they're not selling juices. They're not, I don't see a lot of mental, I don't want to say mental clinics, but I want to say mindfulness centers. I used to live in New York City. You go to New York City, there's a juice bar every corner. There's a meditation studio over here. There's a detox place over here. Like, they're taking care of their structure. Their structure is the people. The people are being taken care of. You know, like, that's the same thing I want for this environment. And starting with the Queen's grind, I want women, and especially mothers, I want to say mothers. I want to say mothers. I want mothers to truly understand what true wellness is. You know, so it's like, my kid's being good, he got a good grade, I'm gonna take his ass to McDonald's. No, don't take him to McDonald's. You know, like, those people don't care shit about anything but a profit. You know, we all seen the founder, whatever that thing is about, Roger Kroc or Ronald Kroc or whatever the name, excuse me, whatever his name is. But yeah, I want mothers to be more in depth with it. Yeah, in tune with it. You know, because that's our future. Like, you're raising my future, you're raising my future. And I want my future to be taken care of. You know, whether that's bring your kids to activity, you constantly bring your kids and your kids' friends, you know, to the Warriors grind where we train the kids. And like, that's so special. And then afterwards, when you do the Queen's grind, they're watching you work out. You know, so they're seeing the activity, rather than like go outside, get off your game, but dad's at home on the phone, right?
Yeah,
you know, get outside, but you're on the phone. Like, it doesn't make sense.
There's no interaction with you're right, with the parents and the children anymore, and that's what the kids are missing.
Yeah,
they're missing that. They're missing that interaction. A lot of, even in the urban community, a lot of, you know, we do much and we do try. We can always do more. But during this pandemic, it should be one of our focuses is the young people, because they've been in the house and they've been overlooked. And where have they been? In a tech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Deep in tech, but that's what we've been though.
In technology, and that's all they. I mean, I can. An example, like my son, I have to come home and during the pandemic, get off that computer. You know what I mean? Get off that. You've been in that you're watching YouTube, and then I'm seeing his personality change. And I'm like, this is feeding you too much. You're eating the wrong things. You're digesting the wrong things. Get off. And sometimes, before I leave the house, I take all the remotes and the laptops. I'm serious, and I take them to the car. Yo, I tell you no lie. They in the car with me. I mean, my boss was laughing at me. She was like, "Why do you have all these remotes in your car?" I'm like, "Oh, because my son plays too much. You don't know him."
But we have to also see the reality also of this society. It's like, because, and I'm going to be the devil advocate because I'm like you, I'm like just trying to like. But there's a problem also of the parents having to work a lot more.
That's true.
All parents have to work a lot more.
Yes.
For us women, we're happy we can work now, but now we have to work and still be the mom and be that or not, but we kind of have that pressure even more of they expect us to do all those little things. So sometimes just for a parent to be like, we need a babysitter sometimes just to be able to do this, whatever it is, dishes, whatever. That iPad or that making that he doesn't talk to me so much and he's not going to ask all those questions. So he's going to stay there. So we had also used that in the car when you have to drive and then you don't want to hear all the time that you're like, okay, just get my phone and then just look. So we also sometimes use that to, make it a little easier for ourselves. But then, yes, what's happening is that now they're getting used to that, and now that's their
program them.
And they're getting addicted, and that's an addiction. Like it's a serious addiction, and we have to, as a parent, be able to be like, no, I just say 1 hour, because that happened to me. Sometimes I say just for 1 hour, and then 4 hours after, because I say I was doing something, probably I was on the computer as well, and then now I'm like, where was that 1 hour? And then the kid is not going to do that.
No.
Hey, Mom, that's finished.
So it's like one of those, and it's back to the McDonald's, because I agree also with that, but it's like, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be done at all, but it can't be all the time.
It's just like life.
Balance.
It's like life.
It's a balance.
It's a balance.
And with the McDonald's, it's funny you said that, because I was ready to say about the juice. Like, there used to be a juice bar. There used to be a couple of juice bars on Liberty Street some years ago by different owners, and one of them was Amber, was a black owners that was there, and the price of the juice can't be that super cheap, because it's another problem. The healthy food is the most expensive food, unfortunately, but it was still pretty good. Like, it was decent, like $4 or $5 to get a juice. Which is good, But But people will still think it's too expensive, or they wouldn't. But then they will get the McDonald's meal. Yeah, of course, a McDonald's meal, you're gonna have the drink, the thing for $5. But the thing is that
they're programs.
It's
So-
like the same
so
amount of
they-
money. And don't worry, when you get your juice, you shouldn't have to want more. Yes, at first it's gonna feel like it's just. But then your kids will get used to that.
Yeah.
And like you said, after doing your exercise, better to put your $5 on a juice than on a McDonald's.
But if you're not taught that when you're young,
yeah.
you're not. It's not gonna come across as that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean by that people are programmed. Even as adults, we're programmed. We're programmed from working a lot and saying, oh, I don't feel like cooking, so we're gonna order some Chinese food. You know what I mean? These things happen because we're not. We're tired, overly tired sometimes.
It's a lot of work.
And sometimes we're not as disciplined. Not as disciplined. And like when going back to the fitness, like working out, when I was eating Oreos and cookies and stuff like that, and I had to stop doing that in order for me to see results. I had to stop buying it. Yeah. And my kid was like, Zai was like seven, maybe 6 or 7. And they said, oh, my kid likes it. I had to stop buying. He don't need it either. He don't need it either. Because, he doesn't need it because he's not focused in school. He's hyper. He doesn't need it because it can eventually cause him to, bad health or gain weight in the wrong areas. So why not train your child now? And so I began to get fruits and veggies and everything that I was eating, little peanut butter crackers and stuff like that. I bought that in the house and I stopped buying all this junk talking about I got a kid, I gotta buy it. No, that's your excuse.
Yes.
So
that's
that's your excuse. Your kids don't have to eat that and they don't need to be eating that. So, and my son, he loves it. And till this day, I put apples in, eats all the apples. I gotta yell at him, can you please save me some apples, bro? Like, come on. So it's like he's trained to that point.
Yes.
So don't make excuses to not eat healthy.
Yeah.
And I agree, and with the kids, it's really important that as a parent, we make them try. That
Yes.
it's good, try first.
Yes.
Keep trying a little. If really you don't like it, fine. Same with any type of exercise, try first.
Yes.
See, you can't say I don't like it, just try first, and then you'll see if that might be for you. But it's important to understand kids, they're new. Everything is new, so they don't know yet.
No, you can basically throw anything at them right now in the program.
Exactly. It's like as a parent, let them try. No, they need to be new. They're sponge. They need to get all those information, and then they will decide. There's no need to force it, but and always make sure you try. It's. I think it's one of the most important.
No, it is the most important thing. And then it comes to developmental issues.
Yeah.
So if you're not nourishing something that needs lots of nutrients and good sleep and to be reaffirmed positively or positive, the word, positively all the time, the development will take a decline. And I think that's when things are developed, like ADHD and all these other nervous system disorders that these kids are coming up with.
That's a whole different ball.
It's definitely a whole different.
I ain't gonna get into that. It goes deep.
It goes real deep. It goes deep. But before we even get there, like you both are talking about it. Like, all right, let's just introduce certain things, And I, you guys are leading by example. And with the Queens Ride, I said targeting the mothers. Like if more mothers can develop the mindset, like you said something to me the other day about what was it? It was mothers should do more activities with their kids.
Yes.
Because for
Absolutely,
me, like I was saying when I was doing Taekwondo, it was good because I was like, wow, I can exercise, still spending time with my kids. I feel like finally I take the time to be with my kids, having them doing the exercise. And then we have something we share together. And it was really, for me, that's the solution because, I don't know for you, but I know I feel guilty all the time not to be more,
being active
with them or doing things because sometimes again it's.
I